super fun fluency activity, making partners to 10 with the dot cards on Nearpod? I thought so too. So before we continue with math and our learning together, I want to show you which materials you need to have handy, okay? You need your dry erase board that I sent home with you, your number bond template. Go ahead and put it together. Pause the video if you need to. Pause the video if you need to put it together. Check. If you already have picked up your math books, you need this one called Practice. It has the little yellow spine with the letter P. The letter P is on this one, okay? You also need your Learn book, Blue spine, the letter L, the letter L. If you haven't picked up your books yet, that's okay too. You can always use a piece of paper and a pencil. Now, pencil is your super duper most important math tool. We always try to do math in a pencil, okay? And sorry, I forgot one more tool, your dry erase marker. Your dry erase marker is going to be really important for using your dry erase board. All right, so let me show you the activity in your fluency book first. In your fluency book, the yellow one, okay? Let's see. All right, so this is the activity. It's called a number bond dash, and it is on page 25. That's 25 in that fluency book with the yellow P on the side, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to put 90 seconds on the clock, and that's how long you're going to have to work. You're going to go across the top row, return sweep, and go across the next row, and keep going until the timer stops. Are you ready? Okay, now what do you do if you don't have your book? You write in your answers on a piece of paper. So whatever you think this answer is, you're going to write it on your piece of paper. You're going to go to the next line, and then you'll do the same thing for this problem, and you'll keep going. Now notice, this number bond dash is ways to make our whole 10. So part, whole, they're coming together, making 10. Okay, so let's put 90 seconds on the clock. And I'm going to let you see the clock. I'm going to get 90 seconds on the clock. Don't start yet. Wait for the clock. Hold on. All right. On your mark, get set, go. Good job. Keep going. All right, guys, you heard that? That means time is up. Go ahead and stop. We're going to check our work now, okay?
All
right, so your page looks just like mine. Let me get mine in focus. Your page looks just like mine, correct? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to answer the questions that are here. All right, so for each question, I'm only going to read the answer to you. All right, here we go. Number 1, the answer is 0. 1, 2, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so remember, you're checking your work as we go. You're going to give yourself a check if you got it right and a little tiny yes. If you got it wrong, mark it wrong and keep going. Because this is practice. This is how we learn. This is how we get better at doing the task. All right? Okay. 2, 3, 2, 3. I'm on question number 11 now. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, 7, 6, 7, 10, 9, 8, 6, 8. Wow, you guys did amazing work. I'm so glad that we're working together now. We can work and we can do our number bond. Remember, this was partners to 10. All right, so now it's time to get out your Learn book. This one right here, with the L in the blue, or your piece of paper. We're going to do what's called our application problem. That daily word problem, it's time for us to do our application problem. Are you ready? Okay. All right, so in your book, your application problem is on page number 67. Page number 67. So if you pick up your Learn book that you have, you will turn in it, and you see the page number is in the bottom corner. Bottom corner. It looks just like this. That's page number 67. All right, I will read the problem out loud. You'll pause the video, and you'll spend just 3 minutes working on the problem. Then you'll hit play, and we'll compare our answers. Even if you get it right, great, but still work with me and see my strategy, because that's what I'm trying to help you learn different strategies to solve the problem. If you get it wrong, don't erase. There should still be room on that sheet of paper for you to write what we did so you can compare what you thought with what's correct. Remember, the goal is always learning. All right, here we go. This problem reads, Kira was making a number bracelet with a total of 10 beads on it. She put on 3 beads so far. How many more beads does she need to add to the bracelet? Explain your thinking in a picture and number sentence. So a picture and a number sentence. All right, so like I said, go ahead and pause the video. Give yourself 3 minutes to work on this problem, which is on page number 67. All right, so we know so far that she put on, let's go back through the problem. And every time we see a piece of information we can draw, you're going to tell me to, skirt! I need to stop, all right? Kira was making a number bracelet with a total of 10 beads. Y'all say stop? Y'all say skirt! No, I didn't hear it. Say skirt! Okay, so y'all want me to stop. You're right, because the total of 10 beads, you can underline that in your book too. That gives us our whole, because the word total also means the whole. So we can draw to represent these 10 beads that we already know about. Let's draw to represent our 10 beads. If you did this already, great. Do it again. It's wonderful practice. If you didn't, go ahead and add this to your work now. Let's draw our 10 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, did you notice anything about the way I drew the beads? the way I drew the beads. I made 5 groups. I made 2 groups of 5 so we can easily count them. We don't have to go 1, 2, 3 each time. We know that this is a group of 5 and this is a group of 5. And 2 groups of 5, just like your hands, make 1 group of 10. Awesome. All right, let's keep reading. She put on 3 red beads so far. Oh, I heard it. Someone told me. Skirt! All right, let's stop because there's something here that we can draw to help us with our picture. All right, she put on 3 red beads. Okay, so we already know our total is 10 beads. Am I going to add 3 more beads? No, I know that 3 of these are red. They're the color red. So what we're going to do, what's the first letter in the word red? R. It's a letter R. So inside of our beads, I want you to write a letter R in 3 of the beads. 1, 2, 3. This is how we will represent those beads as being red. 1, 2, 3 red beads. Now the question is, how many more beads does she need to add to the bracelet? Well, if our goal is 10 beads, we have 3 red ones. Let's find out how many more, which means now we're putting things on. Let's count how many more beads are going to be on this bracelet. You ready? Start counting with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 7 more beads. All right, let's write that. 7 more beads. Now, one very important thing about application problems and word problems is that a word problem requires a word answer. So if you just write 7, that's wrong. Because 7 beads is not the same as 7 pencils. 7 pencils is not the same as 7 teddy bears. 7 teddy bears is not the same as 7 tacos. 7 tacos is not the same as 7 gumballs. You have to tell me how many of what object. In this case, it is 7 beads, 7 more beads. Now, we've completed the picture. We've answered the question, but there is one more step this problem asks from us, and that is to make a number sentence. What number sentence can we write for this problem? Okay, so we're going to write our number sentence based on how we were given the information. We were given the whole or total first, so that means 10 is equal to, remember that's called the equal sign, and it means that what's happening on this side of it and what's happening on this side need to be the same. They need to be equal, they need to be balanced, they need to match. So we started with 10 as our whole, so 10 beads is the same as 3 red beads plus some more. We're going to draw this blank because we know that there's a value, that there's a number, but when we first read the problem, this is where we had our question mark. It was a question. We didn't know how many more, but now we know that it is 7. So 10 beads is the same as 3 red beads plus 7 more beads. This is our number sentence that matches our question. This is the number sentence that matches how we solved the problem. We started with our 10 beads. We knew that 3 of them were red, and we figured out what was missing. So, in answering the question, we know that Kira needs 7 more beads to make her bracelet. Awesome job, guys. All right, so I have a story for you. You ready? All right. Let's clean this up. Okay, you ready for my story? Well, tell me what's in this picture. There's children in my picture. And you know what these children are doing? They're dancing. Okay, now this is where you will need your dry erase board with your number bond in it. The dry erase board that you put the number bond in earlier. Be a great tool here. All right. So, there are 4 children and they are dancing. After a little while, another friend came to join them. How many students were dancing at the end? Okay, let's work to identify the parts, the 2 parts to make this whole, to find the answer to this question about the children who are dancing. What is our first group? The 4 children, that is our first part. So in your number bond, where'd my marker go? Just like in classroom. All right, so in your number bond, I'm going to draw one on the board so you can see it. Actually, wait, I have an idea. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm going to need that. So in your number bond, you're telling me that the first group is how many children? 4. Good. 4 children is that first part. And how many came to the dance party? 1 more. Good. So we can fill out our number bond to show that there were 4 children dancing and 1 more joined them. So what is our whole? We put these 2 parts together. How many children are dancing? 5. Good job. There are 5 children dancing. Remember, you have to have your words because these are word problems. This whole section this week and most of next week are word problems. All right? That's our first number bond to our first word problem. Can you tell me what is the number sentence that matches this picture? Good job. 4 children dancing plus 1 child dancing is the same as, is equal to, is balanced with, matches 5 children total. So 4 children. Let's count the children just to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 children at this dance party. Let's do another one. I think I have some more stories for you. Let's see what we have. Ooh, this time we have worms on a leaf. We have worms on a leaf. So tell me, how many? So let's read our stories because these are stories. All right. There are 4 inchworms on a giant leaf. Does my picture match that? Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4 inchworms on my giant leaf. 3 more inchworms crawled onto the leaf. Woo, they crawled on fast. How many inchworms are on the leaf? Okay. How many inchworms are on the leaf? Now, if you'll notice, I flipped my number bond over. I did that on purpose because when you're making a number bond, it's always 2 parts to make a whole. So the side with just 1 box or circle is always your whole. That's bringing your parts together. So what was the first part that we were given for this problem? The 4 inchworms. Good, the 4 inchworms. All right, go ahead and you erased your number bond from the previous problem. I apologize, I forgot to tell you to erase. You got a second while I'm moving stuff, okay? All right, so our 4 inchworms that were there at the beginning, plus our, how many came onto the leaf with them? 1, 2, and 3. Good. Plus 3 more inchworms. All right, so now with our picture showing our 2 parts and our number bond showing our 2 parts, can you tell me what's the whole? How many inchworms in total in the whole are on this leaf? Are you sure? Let's count to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're right. It is 7 inchworms or 7 worms. There are 7 worms on the leaf. All right. So now, in the space below in your number bond, make sure I want you to try and write the number sentence that matches this problem. the number sentence that matches this story problem, this word problem. Okay. All right, good, yes. So we started with 4 inchworms and 3 more came to the party. We now have 7 worms, 7 worms. Notice it's a story problem. A word problem needs a word answer. So here's my number, or my object. Here's my number, and here is my object. What I am counting. 7 worms for this one. Awesome. Let's do one more practice problem here, and then I'll show you what it looks like in your book. Yep, go ahead, erase your number bond. Let's see. Okay. This time we're going to start with the number sentence. Can you read this number sentence to me? Cool. Okay. Perfect. All right, let me read it out loud as well. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. That means that these 2 parts, when they come together, they are equal to or matched 7. It has the same value. Okay, so let's make up a story. I want you to make up your own story. And if someone's nearby, tell them your story where 5 of anything plus 2 more of anything is equal to 7 crayons, books, pencils, monster trucks, transformer action figures, whatever it is you want to count. Go ahead and make up your own, and we're going to make up one together. Awesome. Y'all want to know something about Miss Lamb? I love tacos. Tacos are probably the bestest, most favoriteest food of mine in the entire world. So I made up a story about me and some tacos for you guys, okay? Once upon a time, Ms. Lamb went to Taco Bell. And she was super hungry. So she ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tacos. She had 5 tacos. After she finished her 5 tacos, she realized she was still hungry. So she got 1, 2 more tacos, 2 each. But by the time she finished all of those tacos, she was sound asleep. How many tacos did Mrs. Lamb eat? Let's count. Now, we've already established that our first group, you notice, see I put it in a 5-group formation? So 5, let's count on this time. We're not going to start at 1. We're going to start here at 5 because we know that that's a full 5 group. So 5, 6, 7. Did I make a good picture to match my number sentence? Good. But have I finished answering the question? No, because I don't have a word answer. It is 7 tacos. 7 tacos. You gotta have your word answer for your word problem. All right, guys. So what I want to do next is give you an example out of your Learn book. I have an example for you in your Learn book. This is actually on page 69 in your Learn book. It is question number 1. Question number 1. Let's see. On page 69. Question number 1 of your problem set. I'm actually going to do question number 1 of your problem set with you. So in your Learn book, if you have your book, yes, in your Learn book, you turn to page number 69. See, this matches. You're going to go ahead and write in your book so you have that information. If you don't have your books yet, go ahead and get a notebook. Today is September 8th. This is the September 8th lesson, so you know the drive-thru is open today. Parents, if you haven't come and picked yours up yet, also, if it is later, like after the 8th and you're watching this, let me know so we can figure out how to get the books to your students for them to be able to be successful with this math content. So let's read this problem as it's presented us. What object are we talking about in this problem? Balls. We have balls. Great. So we see we have one group of balls, and then there's a space, which means this must be the other group of balls. So those must be our 2 parts. Part 1, part 2 will come together to make a whole. Awesome. So let's look at it. So we have blank plus blank is equal to blank. We have words. Blank balls are here. Blank more roll over. Now there are blank balls. Make a number bond to match the story. So you see all these empty spaces here? In order to finish this problem, we have to address all the spaces. So let's start here with our numerals or our numbers to match our picture. How many is this first part, this first group, these balls that are here? 5, good. 5 balls are here. Plus, how many balls are pictured here? 2, awesome. Well, we just did this, didn't we, with tacos? This is why you need the word 5 balls, 5 tacos. Number one, I don't think 5 balls will fit in my lunchbox. And number 2, that would not be very tasty. We cannot put balls in lunchboxes, nor do they taste good. So that's why you have to have your words when you're talking about word problems. All right, so 5 balls plus 2 balls equal 2. All right, we can go 5, 6, 7, or we can count our picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It gives us the same result because we did the math correctly. We should get the numeral, the digit, the number 7. Good. All right, so now we're going to take the same information and put it into our word sentences. So, 5 balls are here. Stop. 2 more roll over. Now there are 7 balls. Good job. Okay, and in completing our number bond, notice it's turned to the side this time. The same rules apply. The 2 parts are on one side coming together to make a whole. So, what are our 2 parts in this story problem, this word problem? Okay, good. Those 2 parts are 5 balls are here, plus 2 more roll over. Oh, that's a bad 2. I don't like that 2. And then 2 more roll over. And now there are 7 balls. 7 balls. Perfect, guys. And like I said, this is from your problem set in your book. If you don't have your book, use some paper. Okay. All right, let's keep going. What your task is next, for those that have your book, you're going to finish that problem set, so questions 2, 3, and 4. If you remember when we did these in person, you only spend about 10 minutes working on your problem set. Parents, they only need to spend 10 minutes working on their problem set. If they're still not done with it, that's fine. If they're asking for help, of course, that's fine. Help them. But like I said, a problem set is supposed to only take 10 minutes. If you do not have your math book, I will post a link for a way you can complete it on your device. When you're done with your problem set, click to the next slide so that you can complete and turn in your exit ticket. When you click on to the next slide in this Nearpod, there will be a place that will read the directions to you. It will tell you to draw a picture and write a number sentence to match the story. Ben has 3 red balls and gets 5 green balls. How many balls does he have now? All of this is in the Nearpod. But guys, that's all I have for you today, and I can't wait to see you later. Bye!